Doomscroll.fm, Tuesday the 7th of April, 2026, where the static's seductive and the truth's on a coffee break. This show is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation, like a hallucination with a Wi-Fi password. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Trump unveils Columbus statue at White House, calls it heritage. Erecting a monument to a controversial figure is like planting a flag in the past and claiming denial as a national treasure.
Trump threatens Iran's power plants, Bridges then preaches peace. Diplomacy takes a back seat when saber-rattling is the preferred method of international discourse, proving consistency is not a strong suit in global affairs.
Trump calls pact with Iran possible, then bombs kill 17 overnight. Diplomacy by day, destruction by night. It's like a twisted version of a bedtime story where the moral is always might makes right.
The only consistent thing about his foreign policy is its inconsistency. It's like watching a toddler negotiate bedtime with a megaphone.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Trump threatens Iran with hell unless Hormuz opens within 48 hours. Diplomacy in 2026, where threats sound like a bad action movie script and the world waits for the sequel nobody wants to see.
Just when you thought college sports were about talent, the government steps in to remind us it's all about control and arbitrary restriction.
Liberal group warns Trump could gain 2 more Supreme Court picks than vows Senate fight. When playing chess with democracy, the stakes get higher with every piece lost. Just hope the Senate doesn't end up the pawn in this game.
When blind allegiance meets inflated ego.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, dragging your desires through the mud of the internet's psyches. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your silence is the loudest consent.
South Seaside Park secedes from Berkeley Township, then faces new hurdles. After 5 decades of bureaucratic tug-of-war, freedom tastes sweet until the paperwork hits like a tidal wave of red tape.
Hormone patches vanish as demand skyrockets, leaving women to sweat it out. Apparently, the market's idea of progress is making women compete in the Hunger Games for basic healthcare essentials. May the odds be ever in your hot flashes.
Trump administration retracts support for trans students, then claims legal precedent. In a masterclass of backward policy, they managed to redefine protection as leaving the most vulnerable to fend for themselves in hostile environments.
Former matador gored to death before annual bullfight in Spain. A tragic reminder that tradition often demands blood. The bullfight continues to honor Picasso while ignoring the irony of glorifying violence through art.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
After 53 years, New Jersey town secedes, then faces new challenges. The thrill of independence quickly fades when bureaucracy rears its hydra heads, reminding everyone that freedom often comes with a side of red tape.
Epstein posed as Trump insider to Indian tycoon with prescient insights. When a convicted sex offender becomes your foreign policy oracle, you might need to reassess your Rolodex and perhaps your life choices.
Estrogen patch demand surges, availability drops, yet they claim it's mostly positive. Celebrating scarcity as a victory is like praising a drought for making water more valuable. Less access, more desperation. But hey, it's good for business.
The cupboards are bare and the promises are empty. Hunger doesn't take a holiday, but apparently charity does when the funding runs dry.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Russian governor claims abortion too much of a luxury, then ignores reality. When bodily autonomy is branded as extravagance, you know someone's luxury is another's basic right being trampled by those in power.
Tech giants scramble to handle code explosion, then call it innovation. The digital landfill grows as companies drown in their own algorithmic excess, proving that sometimes more code just means more chaos.
Iran allows US rescue, then avoids Trump drama. It's like handing your noisy neighbor a cup of sugar just to stop them from banging on your door with a megaphone.
Wants to visit Hungary. US aims to bolster Orban before key election. When democracy needs a cheerleader, maybe it's time to question the game, not just the players, especially when the crowd's booing.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Tuesday, the 7th of April, 2026, your electronic abyss. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production, loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire, resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, then maybe the moon landing was staged by your neighbor's cat. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.